name is Ashutosh. I am from Bihar. I am currently staying in my village. And if I talk about my education, so I have done my graduation in commerce. I'm working professional. I'm working in a private company in finance. And simultaneously, I'm running my YouTube channel. It's all about English learning. So that's all about me.
Well, there are a few things which are similar between the two of us as well. I'm from Bihar myself also. I come from Bhagalpur. I did mention that in the email as well that I sent. Apart from that, I've been living here in Delhi for what, 17, 18 years now. For the last 12 years, I've been working as a language trainer, as an English trainer for different organizations, and even now I work for uh, an organization that's based in Gurugram. And what else? Yes, I also run a YouTube channel, and that's how I got to know about you. It's at a very early stage. I have what, about 150 subscribers, and trying to put in the content in the best of my capacity and my knowledge. And yes, I think the two of us are sailing in the same boat.
Yeah. So how is going your channel? So how is your going? What is your thinking about that?
You see, okay, you got to understand that YouTube's algorithm. When I started with a bang. But soon after that, there was something going on in the family because of which I stopped putting videos completely. And roughly it took me around a month or so to resume. And then because of other aspects, once again, be it the professional front, or something going on in the family, going on in the personal life, I had to stop. And because of that irregular or erratic way of putting videos, the YouTube's algorithm does not support it. Only if you consistently upload videos is when it'll promote it. Your reach would increase, and it'll reach out to more people. So I think I'm back on track now. I have about 80 videos, out of which I think there are uh, around 20-25 videos in the short content, and around 60 on the long one. So my only motto of putting that out there is that I'm putting everything which I think. I have seen people making mistakes around. I've seen people not having that understanding or knowledge, and that is why I think even if one person can benefit from it, my purpose is solved, and that's primarily
Yeah,
the
yeah.
reason.
That's wonderful. And your thought is very nice. You are trying to help the other people who want to learn English, right? So that's very amazing. That's very good. And if I talk about like YouTube, yeah, obviously it's take time and you have to be consistent, then only possible to get something. Yeah, so it is completely true. So what is your thought? Because you have a lot of experience, you are like trained many people about this language, and
Mhm.
you observe many things. So what is your thinking, how actually I can improve, how I can improve our pronunciation basically? So I'm working and still I'm getting a lot of problem while conversation with the other people. So that's the
Okay.
very previous part.
Now, Ashutosh, the great part about you is that you don't focus on where are you going wrong. You still try to communicate, and the primary purpose behind using any language, be it Hindi or English, or for that matter, any other regional language that we speak. I'm sure you speak Bhojpuri as well. You do,
Yes,
right?
yes, sure.
Right.
Yeah,
So the primary purpose behind any language is that you should be able to share your thoughts, express yourself. As long as you're able to do that, you have won the half battle already. The remaining portion is to upskill yourself, to master yourself, so that, be it a crowd of 1,000 or 10,000 or even larger, you don't bother about how many people are listening to me, how many people are watching me, because you are confident about the fact that you are not going to be wrong, and people would be able to comprehend every single word that you say. And that's where uh, pronunciation, or the apt usage or the correct usage of grammar, comes into picture. uh, there's a very famous phrase. I'm sure many of you, uh, I mean, many people who are watching this channel, who are watching this video, would have heard this. That if you Practice a lot, it makes you perfect. But there's another aspect to it, which is if you practice something wrong and that too continuously, you'll be a master of doing something wrong. And that
True,
is why
true.
from day one, our intent should be that if I'm saying a word and if I have slightest of dilemma, if I have slightest of confusion that maybe my pronunciation is not right, maybe my sentence formation is not right, my sentence structure is not right, then rethinking about it, looking at it, and then trying to correct it then and there. If not then and there, maybe in the back of our minds are much smarter than we think. So if we just try and think about our conversations and where we were stuck, what were the points where we were tongue tied? What were the points where we thought that, I wish I had known a better word to convey that thought? If you start looking for that, and thanks to the latest technology, I use ChatGPT a lot. I'm sure you would have heard about it as well, and you would have been using it as well. So be it about understanding different concepts of grammar or understanding pronunciation. I follow Cambridge. That gives you a clear understanding of both American as well as British English. And if you watch my YouTube channel, there also I talk a lot about which one is the American version and which one is the British version. Uh, so that people a lot of times, half baked cookies or half knowledge can be super dangerous. I've heard people saying, hey, you know what, you said it wrong. For example, often or often, which one do you follow, which one do you say?
Sorry.
uh, if you were to pronounce the word often, how do you pronounce it? Do you say often or do you say often?
Obviously, often.
Often. But often is an absolutely acceptable pronunciation worldwide. So if somebody happens to say often in front of me and I say, hey, you know what, you're saying it wrong, that makes me much more wrong than the other person. So
Yeah.
understanding the depth of it, and that would come only after reading. Only when you have that open mind that, boss, no matter how much I know, there is always a scope of improvement. English is a foreign language. We would never develop the kind of command that we have in Hindi, no matter what. But it does not mean that we should stop. That is my motto, and I think you should apply that to yourself as well. My only suggestion, if I were to sort of ask you to improve on anything, would be to look up those words that you are not 100% sure about and look for the best pronunciation and the easiest pronunciation. Say, for example, if there are multiple versions of the same word's pronunciation, go with the one that you find easiest. That is one. And the second thing is, not necessarily you always have to be a Shashi Tharoor. You always have to come up with the heaviest word possible on the planet. So even if you are forming very simple and basic sentences, but your pronunciation and your grammar, they are in place, voila, you're done. You're good.
Yes, I'm also thinking the same because you see, I'll tell you one thing. I'm just trying to like speak on very simple way. People can understand. If I'm talking to the people and they must not understanding what I'm saying actually, so what is the purpose of speaking, right? So
Absolutely.
yeah, so that's why I'm thinking on, I'm working on, and it is going pretty good. I'm also learning a lot of things, and just I'm thinking to how I can speak on easy so that people can understand, right? If I'm like using, like very difficult word, I'm saying the correct only, but people are not understanding. So what is the purpose of speaking? So this is
True that.
all
True
waste
that.
actually.
Very
Yeah.
true. Very well said, buddy. And that's where understanding your audience
I
comes
saw,
into picture.
I'm sorry for disturb you because I saw one YouTube channel. I think you also know about that. It's like speaker name is Smita Roy. Smita Roy, I
Mhm.
guess she's from like uh, Karnataka. I guess, as per my understanding, I don't know actually, but she's from Karnataka, and she's speaking like she is speaking like no, speaking like child, and everybody can understand. Even she speak many more country also. She visited and she speak and speech many countries, and she is speaking like if you are like listen her, you you like can't imagine like how I can speak actually.
Wow.
So she's
I'm
a
sure
very
that
good.
I am sure that must be a great orator or a speaker that you're talking about. Um, Sorry, but I never came across that channel yet. I haven't come across
Yeah.
that channel yet. I would definitely look that up.
Okay, so just I want to ask you one more thing. When you will start your YouTube channel, when you will start actually?
I started it, I guess, last year, December. I think last week of December precisely.
Okay, it's last year of December, right?
Right.
How it is come in your mind? Okay, I need to start YouTube channel and I need to upload the video.
Okay, so it was there in my mind for a very long time, honestly speaking. But because of the part of my job, uh, I was not allowed to. Finally, when I started working on a certain project and they asked me to try my hands on video editing, that's where I understood the basic concepts of it, video editing, and that's where I thought I can implement it as well. Spoke to my manager, told them that this is what the scenario is. I'm eager to put them on social media and what's their thought on it. And they said, yeah, sure, you could do that as long as the company's name is not involved. You are absolutely free to do that. Treat this just like any other social media platforms. And I was like, yeah, I am good. I don't have to use the brand's name. It is entirely my skill set that I'm going to display, not which brand I'm working with or where have I been able to utilize all my skills all this while. So that's where it started. Otherwise, trust me, this thought was there in my mind for what roughly around 4 or 5 years, but I was not allowed.
Okay, okay,
And
okay.
as a typical
Great.
mid-class man, I'm sure you would agree with me that the bread and butter comes first, right? If you are the
Yeah,
sole
yeah.
breadwinner of the family, then it becomes all more important for you to focus on how you can not disrupt the flow of income for your family. So that was the other thought in my mind. So I did not.
Yeah, so what is your plan? What is your plan about YouTube? So do you want to like continue and where do you want to reach?
You see, I am experimenting a lot. Initially, when I started putting videos, I started with English being the primary language, primary way of communicating. But then I thought if I'm talking to people who are willing to learn English, then switching to Hindi would be a better idea because obviously we are trying to cater to the masses. We want more and more people to watch and understanding or develop a better understanding of the language, and that is one reason because of which I switched to Hindi. But you'll be surprised to know if I look at the statistics, the videos that are in English, their watch time, and the videos that are in Hindi, their watch time, English is at an all-time high, always. Hindi, for some reason, I don't know, people probably feel that if this person himself speaks Hindi, then how can he teach me English? Maybe that could be the thought process.
No,
Uh,
no, it is completely wrong as per my understanding. See, I'll tell you the
I
thing.
agree, I
Uh,
agree.
because if you are speaking Hindi, if you are speaking English, yeah, so depends on your face value, right? So how you are teaching to the other, and the audience know about you. If they know about you, you are a great, and definitely they watch because something is hide, something they want to learn through this video. Whatever you are, explaining, whatever you are trying to like teach to other, whatever you are trying to explain to other, right? So
Mhm.
depends on your, face value, how you are like doing on YouTube. So it's really not matter a lot you are speaking English only. I i i like i saw a lot of channels there on YouTube and they are like teaching through English and they are getting like more and more view. You can't imagine it, that much view they are getting, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
It was
and
just an assumption. Obviously, I
obviously it
might be
will
wrong on
take,
that.
yeah, obviously it will take time. And the
True.
people who really say, a lot of people are there in India, they really don't know about English and they can't learn English through English, right? They need support to understanding the English. How? When you are going to speak Hindi, then only the people are understand what you are trying to say, right?
Agree. Agree. Definitely. Again, that is why, like I
That's
said,
why that's
I'm
why
experimenting.
uh, I'm also thinking the same in future. In future, I'm decided to like I'm going to upload the video through explaining in Hindi, so that people who want to learn English and they don't know, they want to start their journey from scratch, how they can learn. If you are really speaking in English and they don't know about what you are speaking, so what is the purpose? They obviously they skip your video and they watch those video who teaching through Hindi.
Agree. Definitely
Yeah,
agree. And like I said, Ashutosh, it was not a solid, concrete, evidence-based thing. As it is, I don't have so many watch hours that I can do a comparison and say, okay, fine, this is what is working and this is what is not working. But it was purely based on the intuition that I had that if I upload a video that is entirely in English, the watch count and the watch hours are a lot more. One more reason that I can think of is that most of my subscribers so far, I guess 98% precisely, if I give you the number, they all are from my organization, as in people who know me from my organization. Now, for them, it is about making their game go to the next level or upskilling themselves. If they are at a beginner level, to then they want to switch to an intermediate level. If they are already at an intermediate level, then they want to move to the advanced level. Maybe that could be another reason, but like you said, yes, you're right. There are a few channels which are doing absolutely amazing, despite the fact that the entire content they present is in Hindi, and then they explain as to how you can develop a better understanding of English as well.
true. Anything
Do you have,
else we want to discuss?
I'm sorry.
Anything else we can discuss? Or
I wanted to understand from you because you definitely seem to be an uh, English enthusiast and somebody who's willing to up the game to the best possible level. What is it that you do apart from these YouTube channels and watching them? Because watching a lot of content may help you develop your understanding, but when it comes to being able to deliver the same, being able to speak the same, that's where it may not work as best as you expect it to. So what do you do exactly, like you said, pronunciation or being able to present your thoughts in front of a larger crowd? That's where you get tongue tied. So what do you do to improve that?
yeah, see, I'm doing like a lot of things. So first of all, like speaking come through speaking only. There is no any substitute for learn this language. You know the grammar, everything you know, but you are not opening your mind, right? So it is very difficult to speak. So first of all, you have to open your mouth. You have to like habitual your tongue, teeth, your body, like in English. Then only possible to like become like a good speaker. So I am doing the same thing. I am trying to connect with the more and more strangers, more and more speakers, so that I know, I understand how people are talking. I am observe how people are talking, and then I can implement in my communication, right? And these kind of activities I am doing. Apart from this, like I'm watching like some video in YouTube. Many speaker is there. When I am listen to other, then I will get ideas, right? How people are talking, what I need to do in my communication, how I can pronounce, right? Where I need to like take pause, how I can like explain the thought. So these kind of activity I am understanding, I am doing in daily basis.
Great. If I were to suggest something, I hope you wouldn't mind, right?
Yeah, definitely. It would be very great if you are suggesting something.
This is something that I implemented in my learning days as well. And by the way, I am from Bihar board myself as well, so I know the pain that anybody who would have studied in a typical Hindi medium school, because English is not given the kind of importance that it holds in our lives, especially our professional life. Uh, my journey, because like you said, not that we don't know the basic concepts, not that we are unaware of the concepts of, let's say, tenses or subject verb agreement or adjectives or prepositions or whatever concepts you can think of. uh, The only way you can improve is when you start identifying your own errors. And how you could do that? Start recording yourself. I'm not talking about recording a video. You switch on the recorder, voice recorder on your phone. Record whatever you want to say. Say, for example, you are preparing for a presentation for your office work, and what all you would like to share, what all thoughts you have in your mind. Just say that out loud. Let the recorder do its job. And after that, you listen to yourself. Try to figure out what are the things that you would have said that was probably not right in terms of grammar. What were the pronunciation errors that you made, and how you could correct them? And putting in that conscious effort, because obviously, like I said, your brain is smart enough to capture all those nuances and to remind you that, hey boss, you've gone wrong. Now it's time for you to correct it. So putting in that conscious effort, that even if my audience would perceive me as not a very flawless speaker, accepting that, acknowledging that, and then saying, hey, you know what, being flawless comes with all these errors going away. So accepting correcting them then and there, that's the step that really worked wonders for me, and I am sure that would do a great job for you as well. So try that.